to film our very first videos.
We booked this trip over a month ago, not knowing that the area where we are staying right now would be named coolest neighborhood in the world.
Yeah, so we're so excited to go and explore and see if it really lives up to all the hype.
The very first thing we did when we got here to Mexico was connect to our VPN because we wanted to make sure that our connections online were safe and secure.
Yeah, so we're super happy to talk about Surfshark, today's sponsor.
There are 3 really important reasons why we use a VPN, especially when we travel.
The most important reason is that it protects our privacy when we're using public and shared Wi-Fi networks, like when we're in the airport and in restaurants and in Airbnbs, which we always stay in when we travel.
A VPN keeps people from seeing what we're doing online. Not that we're doing anything controversial, but if we're logging into something, we don't want people snooping around to our accounts.
The second reason a VPN is super important is because financial institutions and other websites outside of the US sometimes block us when we're in Ecuador and when we're in other countries as well, and it can be really frustrating. And finally, we like to stream shows that we cannot get access to in Ecuador, so some of the programming that we like to watch in the US is not available. Therefore, we use that VPN, and it works great.
If you're going to travel abroad, you absolutely have to use a VPN just so that you can stay connected and protected.
Yeah, and Surfshark is great because they have over 3,200 servers in 65 countries, so you are going to be covered.
You can log in with unlimited devices with just one account, so you don't have to have a different account for every device, and you get 24/7 support in case you have any issues.
Sign up for a 24-month VPN plan and you'll get an 83% discount. Plus, if you use our link below or scan the QR code right here, you'll get 3 months for free on top of that 83%, so it is a smoking deal.
All right, here it is, the coolest neighborhood in the world. We are in Guadalajara, Mexico, in the neighborhood of Colonia Americana.
Yeah, we found this really great condo on Airbnb in the perfect location. It is a really comfortable 2-bedroom, 2.5 bath, and we'll put a link in the description below so you guys can check it out if you want to stay here.
Yeah, the location is absolutely perfect. We are right in the middle of the neighborhood. There are restaurants all around us and lots of things to see, and it's just really cool to be right here in the middle of it.
We got in a little late and we were a little nervous because it was dark and we weren't really sure about the area, but then we saw a young woman walking her dog by herself and we felt completely comfortable and we totally relaxed.
We went to this really cool Japanese restaurant called Hato Ramen. It's only a couple of blocks from our Airbnb, and the place is super cool. And for our dinner, we had 1 appetizer and 2 entrees, and it was only $38.75.
Yeah, and the food was delicious, and it was a lot of food. I was stuffed after that, and then I slept like a baby.
Yeah, and we woke up the next morning raring to go explore this cool neighborhood.
We noticed a lot of Spanish colonial architecture and that a lot of the streets are one way.
We also saw a lot of bike rental stations. In fact, there's one just right by our Airbnb.
And we also saw food trailers, tents, and restaurants all over the place.
I see you found the Indian restaurant.
I know, I'm so excited. We can always count on trusty Indian food, but I am impressed by the wide variety of restaurants here in general. I even saw a Lebanese restaurant.
Ooh, I can't wait to try that.
I know.
And this Indian restaurant doesn't open for another hour and a half, so we're gonna have to go find lunch somewhere else.
Okay, that works for me. I'm hungry.
I think Super Mario might live here. It's like a castle of some sort. All right, I like the look of this place, Amelia. Can't go wrong with falafels.
I love falafel.
Our falafel lunch was riquísimo. And all of that food, we got 2 entrees, an order of hummus, and 2 juices that were basically watermelon juice. They call it melon here in Ecuador. They would call that sandia. And it was only $9 for all of that food, and we are stuffed. What the heck is this place, Amelia?
I don't know, but it looks amazing. It's like it needs some restoration work.
There's Amelia, as always, walking the wrong direction. Yikes.
I saw a sign for a yoga studio, JP.
Oh, cool.
I know.
They have hotcakes.
Hotcakes?
Hotcakes. This place looks really cool.
Because I'm an angel? I'm your angel, right?
Yes, you are.
I don't know. I feel like kind of devilish today.
That's why that's the red shirt goes well with the angel wings. It's loud.
Yeah, but there's so much to look at. A lot of work going on. Lots of renovation, new construction, and it's also very clean. I have not seen any dog poop. That's different than Ecuador.
The weather's awesome too.
Oh my gosh, it's perfect out. It is so comfortable today. And everybody is just so nice. Everyone's saying hola and buenos dias, and they have big smiles. Loving our day here, JP.
There are lots of bookstores, pubs, and coffee shops, and we also saw a lot of the familiar brands that we're used to, like Subway, Starbucks, and Domino's. God, think of all the plastic bottles that went into making those caps. That's kind of sad, isn't it?
That is kind of sad. That's why you gotta reuse, people. Reuse!
We were really impressed by all the bike lanes, and it is a very walkable area.
So we noticed a lot of young people in this area, especially last night at dinner, just walking around. A lot of people in their early 20s. So the noise here is pretty similar to Ecuador, in case you were wondering. Anyway, I did a search on Google and found out that there's like a dozen universities in this area all around this neighborhood. And that is probably why there are so many young people, but it also makes it feel really vibrant and alive here. And there's a lot of really cool restaurants and hangout places and bars and nightclubs because of that too. So we're pretty happy with this area so far. And it's pretty cool.
This neighborhood has so much personality. I love all of the colorful buildings, all the different architectural styles, and the mature trees. It's so pretty.
Cool. Are you seeing the murals?
No, I'm not seeing the murals. Where are they?
I didn't know if you were picking it up in the camera. Very funny, Stone Street.
Yeah, these are really cool. Somebody's really talented. Amelia, this place is for rent. We could come live in the White House.
Except that it says it's offices.
Oh.
So we can come work in the White House.
It's really cool though.
It is.
This could be the future headquarters of Amelia and JP.
I like it. Although I like our freedom lifestyle. I don't know if I would want to commit to an office, but if we could do a short term, it would be incredible.
Don't get any ideas. We've already been married enough.
Don't worry, I don't want to.
You would look awesome in one of those, Amelia. I want you to have a princess dress.
I know, I'm getting ideas now, JP. I don't know where I would wear such a thing, but I would like to find out and go for it.
You already have the
Wow.
tiara to go with it.
Wow. These are amazing.
They look just like they're out of a Disney movie.
All right, viewers, somebody tell us what you wear these dresses for, please.
Wow, that's got like real saloon doors. Got to watch out for shootouts. Amelia, I see a point of interest.
Really? Is it pointy?
A pointed interest.
This street is gorgeous and it is quiet. I know we said it sounded like Ecuador, but the cars seem a lot quieter here.
Hola, perros.
A lot of these buildings have this facade, and then there appears to be a beautiful courtyard and more living space in the back.
See, I wasn't lying when I said a pointed interest.
Oh, wow, those are beautiful.
It's a Gothic cathedral.
Wow.
That is so cool to see those in Latin America.
It's so amazing.
The beautiful neo-Gothic church is named the Templo Expiatorio del Santissimo Sacramento.
Well, that's a mouthful. The construction on this church started in 1897 and didn't finish until 1972, the year after I was born. It took 75 years to complete.
Then we saw a real horseless carriage. That was pretty cool.
Yeah, I think those things are not going to take off like they think. We also saw a tour trolley. So there's lots of different ways to go explore the city on foot and on wheels.
Yeah, so we're gonna do one of those tours, possibly in a future video.
Yeah, we were on a mission though to find the grocery store so we didn't starve to death. What are your thoughts about the Soriana?
Well, I thought it was very nice and very well organized, but it's a little bit small. I think it's great for a neighborhood grocery store, but I'd be curious to see what a larger store is like as far as variety goes.
They have a Heaper Soriana. We can try that out next
All right,
and
sounds
see how much this reminded me a lot of a Tia.
Yeah,
It's kind of a small neighborhood store, not
Yeah.
like a Super Maxi.
but it's a great location. Well, we took the really long way to get here, but it's actually a pretty short walk. Didn't you say it's 20 minutes from our Airbnb?
Yeah, a little under a mile.
While we're standing here waiting for our Uber, we've had 2 different people come up and speak to us in Spanish, asking us where we're visiting from and how we like Guadalajara, and they're just so friendly. We are just so impressed with the people here. The Latin culture they're just so welcoming.
Yeah, the woman asked us for pictures, to show her pictures of Ecuador.
Yeah, which unfortunately we did not have.
No, they're online.
Yes.
We called an Uber and took it back to our Airbnb. We had too many groceries to carry a mile back. So the Uber was only $3.50 for that ride.
We'll put the prices in the description so you can see how much everything cost.
Then we went back out after that to explore more of this neighborhood.
We noticed a lot of the places don't have the walled courtyards like we're used to seeing in Ecuador.
We also saw a lot of really nice high-rise condos.
JP, I am really enjoying exploring this neighborhood. I kind of forgot how much I miss the city. It's so weird to see the corner 7-Eleven. That looks like it's straight out of the U.S.
More Indian food, Little India. Boy, I could be happy here with all this Indian food.
With all the food, period. There's an amazing variety of restaurants. We have the Italian across the street and whatever La Bodega de Leon is. The atmosphere looks really cool.
And we saw a dumplings place.
Yeah.
There's just all kinds of varieties.
And an Egyptian restaurant too, you said?
Yeah, Egyptian. That would be cool to eat there. You are all
I
smiles.
know, I'm really enjoying myself. It is so pretty here. It's so calm and peaceful. The weather is gorgeous.
Gato.
Oh, hola. Unfortunately, this place isn't open, but boy, it sure smells good. And now I want pizza.
It smells like wood-fired pizza.
Yes.
Is that what leña means? Pizza a la leña?
I think so.
What we've noticed about this neighborhood so far is that it appears to be a very popular place to live and eat. We haven't seen a lot of shopping. The grocery stores aren't very good. They're little tiendas that sell a bunch of junk food. So it's not really a place to go shopping or to do touristy type things, but it is a great place to live and eat out. Lots of restaurants. Every street has restaurants, and they are all different and they all look really cool in their own way. There's another pizza place.
I know. I'm thinking there's going to be some pizza in our future.
That sounds delicious.
It does.
Nice.
Fit it.
Watch out for that hole, Amelia. That's crazy. Why would somebody put that there?
I know, that's awful.
Guadalajara has a lot of sidewalk hazards, just like we're used to seeing in Ecuador.
Yeah, and somebody put a mat over that one little area where that guy tripped. It was kind of shallow, but still, that was pretty crappy. I don't think that guy maybe would have stepped on it had the mat not been there.
Yeah, he knocked the phone out of his friend's hand too when he reached out to grab him. We see lots of holes, open manhole covers. Some of them are pretty deep, so you could really hurt yourself. It's really important to watch where you're walking at all times. We just walked by the American consulate. We felt very welcome. There were a bunch of people standing around with machine guns telling us that we can't film, all of them telling us at the same time, waving their fingers at us, all in Espanol. And we told them we understood, but then I heard as we were walking away, one of them said they didn't understand anything. But we did not film because we didn't want to get shot.
So many of the restaurants have outdoor eating spaces, which is really cool.
The black sheep, Amelia. We saw a place that had something we cannot get in Ecuador, and even though we haven't been drinking, we just can't say no to a Guinness.
Yeah, and it's always fun to go in someplace and get applause. That was nice. Actually, the place was really cool. It was a great place to hang out. The music was awesome. And we saw a lot of single women walking around by themselves. Some of them were just looking at their phones. It just helped me feel safer and reinforce the feeling of safety in this whole area.
We went back to the Indian restaurant for dinner. We just can't say no. If there's Indian food around, we're gonna eat it.
Yeah, and afterwards we went for a walk around town. It was such a beautiful night.
All right, so what do you guys think? Is this the coolest neighborhood in the world?
I absolutely love it here. We have fallen in love with Colonia Americana, but I can't say if it's the coolest neighborhood in the world because we have not visited those other places.
Yeah, there's a lot of neighborhoods in the world, but definitely think it belongs somewhere on that list because it is really cool.
Yeah, and we will definitely be spending more time here.
If you enjoyed this video, we think you're gonna like this one next.
And before you go, be sure to check the description for the link to Surfshark, our grocery prices, and the link for the Airbnb.
Leave us a like, and we will see you all in our next video.
Ciao.
Ciao.